Happy 420. If you don't celebrate the holiday, that's okay. We're going to do a video that's not going to be so much centered around the theme of 420 as it is just doing a good hydro dip paint job, hopefully. We're going to do some stenciling and some painting and some hydro dipping. So yeah, it is going to have a 420 theme to it. I've been wanting to do something like this for a little while, so decided why not do it now. I wanted to do a 420 comp for the last couple of years, but it just hasn't worked out. I haven't had the time, things getting in the way, so I figured let's just do a body to celebrate the holiday again. Hopefully you still continue to watch the video even if it's not your cup of tea, because it should be a good instructional video on how to do some hydro dip and taping and painting of bodies. So let's see what we got on the bench to work with here. Alright, so here's what we're going to be painting. We got the Proline Cliffhanger body here. I've been interested in doing one of those bodies. Figured I'd pick one of those up for this. It's got a design I haven't seen before where it's got the light buckets on the side for the front and the rear. I don't think I'm going to use the light buckets at this time, but I will keep in mind to not paint over my front lenses, because that'll be your clear lens usually when you have the light bucket to put in behind it. I've done a body before where I didn't realize that and I painted over the front lens and then had to take it off with some fingernail polish remover, but it'll be the same thing in the back with the rears. So I've got some paints. I'm going to use the Tamiya color change purple to green is what we're going to do. We're going to put some leaf decals all around the body here and those will be painted in this iridescent color, and then we're going to hydro dip a couple of different greens. I'll put the greens in the hydro dip to give us a little green smoky effect on there, hopefully on the body, and then we're going to back it all with the white. So I don't have the decal stencils cut out yet. I'm going to cut those out, but first I'm going to trim all this excess off of the body. A lot of people paint them all intact like this. I've never done that myself. I just cut it out for the body shape. If I've got to do some extra trimming afterwards, then so be it. But I cut all the excess off first, and then I'll do all my taping and painting and all that stuff. So let's get this body trimmed off real quick. Alright, so when I trim off the body, I'm going to just score the whole thing all the way around on the cut line, and then I'll come back and you can just you can peel that away, you can break it off and it comes off cleanly. But in case you haven't done a Lexan body before, you don't have to cut all the way through with Lexan scissors or an X-Acto knife like this or whatever. You just run a line all the way around the whole body and it comes out fairly easily. Alright, so we've got our body scored. I've got some rough lines here or there, but you just got to be careful when you go to actually peeling it. Make sure it's peeling along the line that you want it to peel along. So I'm going to make one more cut that will come from one of the lines that I already made, so that I can peel this off from there. Sometimes take a little snip and get it started. This is a pretty thin Lexan body. you get thicker ones, they're a little bit harder to peel out. This one's pretty easy so far. See, I've got a bad cut right there, so I don't want to keep pulling from that side. I'm going to go back to this side. Another bad cut there. Sometimes on the corners it'll happen. Just take your snips, make you a new mark to pull from. Bad spot. Alright, we got the body cut out relatively painlessly. It looks pretty good. Pretty smooth for the most part. I had a couple of rough spots. Just take your X-Acto knife and smooth them out as best as you can. Always a good idea to keep your scraps. For one, these have the pieces we're going to use at some date maybe, but you can do you know, test sprays on your scrap pieces before you put it on your body. I might have to do that myself for a couple of things, but we'll see. But I'm going to get the decals cut out right now and get those on there, or the stencils. They are decals, but we're going to use them as stencils. You'll see what I mean if you haven't seen me do it before. Alright, here we are at the next step. We've got the body wash, we've got our window masks on. This sticker kit actually did come with the masks for the tail lights and the headlight areas. I've got my leaf stencils that I've cut out, and we're just I got like 3 different sizes of those, so we're going to apply them to the inside of the body, various spots. Usually you would put a backing on these to peel off. I don't really see what the point is of putting the backing on it, so I'm not going to do it with the backing. Also, in case you're wondering why I just didn't use the center cut to put on there, it's because this color change paint that I have needs a black background on it. So if I, put these center cuts in here and just left them on till the end to do it, I'm going to have a white base. You don't want to have a white base with black splattered behind that unless you were going to do the whole thing, which I'm not going to do. So we're going to try it like this, put our stickers on, and see how it looks. Alright, I realized rather quickly that we are going to need this backing on these stickers to put them on, since the backing helps keep the shape of the sticker together and the dimensions of the sticker together. So let's get us put one on here, see how it goes. We've got a removable vinyl that we're using so that it should come off a bit easy. I'm just going to throw a big one on the hood here. Make sure you get all of your crevices and creases really well. We got this crease in the hood. We want to make sure we get that in there really good. Once we've got that, like that, we peel off the backing paper. Press down everything a little bit better. Before we paint, we're also going to make sure, we're going to double check it for make sure our creases are good in here. So we're going to put some more all over this, come back and take a look at it. Alright, all of our stencils are on here. I think I could have went for one more over on this side somewhere, but I didn't have enough. I'm not going to print up another sticker just for that. So, just kind of put them randomly around. And now the hard part is going to be masking off everything that's clear except for the leaf design itself. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll be ready for the paint. Alright, that was very tedious, but we are all taped off. We've got our stencils put on everywhere, and we've got all the other spots taped off. That was a lot of tape. We've never used liquid mask, but that would have come in really good handy on this here. But alright, we should be ready for our first layer of the iridescent purple green paint here. I put some of it on a scrap piece, and you really can't see anything at all on it. Once it gets backed, I suppose we'll see it, and I'm going to put a lot more than I put on this. I've only got a very little bit of black, like hopefully enough to just at least hit these with a little bit of backing, and then maybe I'll hit it with green or something behind that if I don't have enough black. But let's get started with the first coat and see how it looks. One coat on, you really can't see anything. You can pick up a little bit with the lighting the way it is, but we're going to let that dry. Hit it with another coat or two before we hit it with the black. Alright, 3 good coats on the stencils now. We're going to hit it with the black. Really light coat of black for the first run through. I've got so little black in this can, I'm not sure that it's going to be enough to even work, but we're going to see what we can get out of it. See what we can. You can see a little bit of the color change. We might have enough black in there. We'll find out. Alright, I had just enough black to cover them up, and you can see
this is a
bit
body
of the iridescence there. This is just the workbench light we're going off of right here, so in the sunlight I'm sure you'll see it a lot better, a lot differently, but that's gonna look good. So far I don't see any leaks. We're gonna get all this peeled off, take a look. Alright, that turned out really nice. You can see the green shift to the purple. Didn't have really very much overspray or anything that wasn't sealed up tight. Everything came out nice and clean. I think I could have gone with a few more leaves on it here and there, something back in this area. A couple more on that side, but I think you get the point. And I got a couple little things I'll do with a paint pen inside of here, doing these rails and the this diamond plate down here before I do the hydro dip. But yeah, next step is basically going to be the hydro dip. Alright, we're about to do the hydro dip. We've got my assistant. Hey, hold that.
I'm writing.
We got a little bit of part green and a little bit of light green that we're going to spray down in the water. You want to try one?
Actually, it's turning green.
Here, hold the can. Don't do anything till I say yet. I'm gonna try. Usually, oh yeah, don't spray nothing. There's some dog hair in here. So usually people just spray like a big circle of it. I'm gonna try and spray like a line.
Go change. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, Mommy.
Spray some in. Can you do that? You gotta put it close. Here, we gotta do it quick.
Can I do it quick?
Alright, that's enough now. Let's see what we got.
Hey guys, those leaves on there go from purple to green.
Yep.
Whoa, that's cool.
It might be.
I'm gonna put these pieces on.
I think we got more coverage than I wanted. I put a lot of coverage on there. I don't like that. Alright. Brush with that. If you got too much that you don't like, as long as you don't take it out of the water, you can peel it back somewhat. Hydro dips can be fun, but they can also not come out the way that you wanted them to.
Yeah, but I like peeling the stuff
This one
off.
didn't really come out how I wanted it.
But I like peeling stuff
Oh,
off.
really? Yeah.
Looks like
Take a
there's
fish
leaves in
net,
there.
get as much of the loose paint out as we can.
Yeah, looks like it's like leaves from
Yeah.
the pond.
This is what we got so far.
Bad.
Not a fan of it. Look the way it looks right now, but
Yeah.
we'll put we'll put some on we'll dip the backside, see if we can get some on the roof. It just the color spread out way too much.
Yeah.
It didn't do what I thought it was gonna do. So let's try it again.
Now I'm gonna watch Daddy do swim. See it green right there? It's purple. It's purple. You might not see that's purple. See? It's purple right there. We got that paint from the BRC store and had a Mocha Trail airplane thing.
Got a little bit better effect on the back, more of what we were looking for. Kind of swirled. Ran out of that color. Let's try it, see if we can get some on the roof.
Even the other orange was bigger. That's one of the legs, but it's not. You have to make the leg part.
Alright.
That's good.
That's probably a little bit more of what we were looking for.
Yeah, but the paint is going on top of the special paint.
It'll come up. You'll see.
Yeah.
Alright, one more dip on the other side.
You'll see and I'll see. You have that white stuff on there, so it doesn't need the paint on the window. Because if it did, it'll not look like a window. I mean, that's not this after this day. Yesterday. I think yesterday we got this.
I think we're
Now
gonna
it's
call that good.
Yeah, and the other part, yesterday
Don't need to peel off too much of it. We'll let it dry a bit and then get the loose stuff off of it, but we're pretty well coated. I could put a little more here, but I think I'm gonna leave it as it is.
Yes.
And so we'll let this dry. Then we're gonna back all this with white, and we will see what we come up with. All right, we're all dry and ready to put the white coat on here. Most of what you're seeing on this body actually is on the inside. A lot of the times when you do these, you get a lot of the dip on the outside. There's some, but we'll see once we get it all finished. But let's get some white on it. Here's the final product. Almost. We got to peel off the clear wrap and all that, but we're fully coated. So let's do the reveal peel. Look at that. Nice and shiny. Even that rough spot on the hood that I didn't think I was gonna like too much isn't too bad. Let's get the rest of it off. This is why I love the hydro dip. You really never know what you're gonna get out of it. But it's really hard to mess up a hydro dip. I've had some that had some hard lines that I didn't care for, but overall, let's get this thing out in the sunshine. I like that a lot. Loving how that turned out. Let's take the window masks off now and get a real good final look at it. There she is. No complaints about this one. Really happy with how that came out. That side's got some real nice effect to it. So there it is. That's the hydro dip. Our 420 hydro dip. I'll put some of the stickers that came on it for a final touch, and then that's going to wrap it up.